Today, Lego and Fortnite, two great tastes that taste like a serious choking hazard. This is Checkpoint. Welcome to Checkpoint. By the time most of you see this, the Game Awards will have happened, and the discourse around who did and did not win Game of the Year will be measured and calm.
Plus, Nintendo announced a new Tingle game, since we're just making shit up.
The beefed-up security ejected an actual presenter, thinking they were sneaking onto the stage.
Silksong was finally released during the show.
And Jeff Keighley killed a guy, holding aloft a still-beating heart and screaming, "I did it for you, Kojima-san!"
It was great. Epic's original plans for Fortnite never quite clicked with audiences, but ever since they started putting other people's ideas into the everything everywhere all at once conglomeration that is Fortnite today, it's been working out pretty well. Obviously, Fortnite Battle Royale took direct and self-admitted inspiration from PlayerUnknown's Party Town, and since then they've added game modes inspired by Among Us, first unofficially, and then with an actual collaboration, and even a museum exhibit on Dr. Martin Luther King. But now, they're basically adding Minecraft, and after years of Minecraft being described as digital Lego, what better way to bring Minecraft gameplay to Fortnite than with digital Lego? Lego Fortnite, which releases on December 7th as a free part of Fortnite, is a pretty classic survival game, except with minifigs that can hit the gritty. Epic says 10,000 different Lego bricks are included in the game, and even minifig versions of over 1,200 existing Fortnite skins, which I presume means you get to buy them all again! The trailer shows a curious dichotomy of Lego brick buildings and enemies, mixed with the typically cartoon realism Fortnite-style trees and terrain, and I'm curious to see how the dichotomy of player base for this mode splits between kids who don't have time or money to build real Lego and adults who have both of those things but can't justify surrendering more shelf space.
The trailer for GTA 6 is finally here. It is just a trailer, so can we calm down a bit? They put up a teaser graphic for a trailer, and then they had to release the trailer a day early because people were trying to leak it. At time of writing, the trailer has received 121 million views in 2 days. And what have we learned from it? That it's going to be a GTA game. The protagonists are criminals living in a satirical version of the US, and you'll have to do a crime or three. I mean, it's not groundbreaking stuff. It is kind of fascinating to see Rockstar's take on Florida's decline from the original GTA Vice City, a colorful Scarface-inspired pastiche of drug-fueled 1980s Miami, into a more alligator and trailer home-focused stereotype of Florida today. Equally drug-fueled, but like drugs that aren't as cool to do in nightclubs. Anyway, let's overstoke the hype trains. The game doesn't even come out until next year. And since we're on the Saturday of 2023, I don't mean this coming year of 2024. I mean next year, 2025. Fully 12 years after GTA 5 was released. And that's the console release. Please recall, GTA 5 took nearly 2 years to come to PC. Lucky for Rockstar, Skyrim came out 2 years prior to that game, and Elder Scrolls 6 isn't even expected to be out until 2026 or even 2028, so really, GTA 6 has been comparatively speedy.
Guess what, folks? Super Nintendo World is still standing even after a mid-pandemic launch. And to celebrate, they're bringing Donkey Kong to the real world. And when I say real world, I mean the highly sanitized experience that only Universal Studios theme parks can provide. And when I say highly sanitized, I'm saying you should probably watch some Defunctland and get a sense of how often park employees need to clean the dark rides of fluids. Anyway, right, Donkey Kong, he's a big ol' ape, and he's getting his own section of Super Nintendo World. Sort of a Donkey Kong land? In it, you'll be able to explore jungle-themed plastics, marvel at giant ruins made out of craft foam, and maybe ride a cart around? All we got was a CG teaser of the park's attraction, and given that you can't parkour yourself around most of the really handrail-lacking areas of Mario's section, I doubt that you'll be able to freely explore the DK space either. Okay, am I just not interested in Donkey Kong. I mean, I ate a heavy meal last night, and I think that definitely contributed to my lack of enthusiasm, but I am feeling a little underwhelmed. Let me put it this way. I feel more excited about a new Donkey Kong theme park than I do about new Donkey Kong games. Ever since Donkey Kong Country, I just never got interested in playing the others. It was all more of the same. And reading the breakdown of the new stuff in this theme park, the DK Magic Pass bracelet, the DK snack containers, the DK roller coaster, it just all sounds like theme park stuff. The stuff you expect these days. Granted, said minecart coaster sounds like it's going to simulate jumps between rails like in the game, which sounds rad as hell. Though judging from the spy video shot when they were testing it out, it looks like it all happens out in the open, so you might want to postpone getting an opposable thumb handshake from your partner until after the ride, if you get my drift.
You know what sector of the games industry is actually booming right now? Puzzles. Newspaper puzzles. You know, the real dank stuff like crosswords. You may recall that just about 2 years ago, the New York Times bought Wordle, the breakout Pandini game, for a price in the low seven figures. But if you're like me and you also have a partner who loves word games, you might also be aware that since that acquisition, the New York Times has been beefing up its games offerings, using them to lure in new subscribers. In 2022, Jonathan Knight, the company's head of games, explained that people just seem to love anything they perceive as a bargain, saying, quote, "In recent weeks, we've definitely seen evidence that when we ultimately offer people a subscription to the games and give them the choice to take the game subscription or the larger New York Times bundle, people take the bundle. And that's cool, but why am I talking about this right now? Well, the New York Times isn't the only newspaper publisher in town. Heck, they're not even the only newspaper publisher that has a big digital business. There's also Hearst Communications, which owns papers like the San Francisco Chronicle and the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, magazines like Cosmo, Esquire, and Popular Mechanics, part shares in the TV networks ESPN and A&E, and even a few websites. Which brings me back to the point of this story, Puzzmo. Puzzmo is a website of word and puzzle games designed by Zach Gage and Orta Therox and put together with some funding from Hearst. While the site was in beta, the only way to get in was to solve a series of puzzles, which, while not challenging, was, as far as puzzle games go, pretty exciting. Once players were in, they got access to a daily crossword puzzle and some Zach Gage classics like Spell Tower and Really Bad Chess. Players can play a single puzzle of each type for free every day, or they can subscribe to access even more games, modeled very closely, if not exactly, on the New York Times games. And it turns out it's modeled so closely on the New York Times games that Hearst has now bought Puzzmo outright, giving readers of Hearst publications access, and also licensing Puzzmo to other parties, including Postmedia, aka Canada's version of Hearst, and also video game and entertainment website Polygon. After a dire year for the video game industry, it's sort of quaintly refreshing to see at least one sector of the industry appears to be experiencing a rising tide. It's such a nice, wholesome story that I don't really have a punchline, but we are working on our own puzzle game, Professor Pigglesworth's Joke Jumble, so maybe you can help us by leaving your punchline suggestions in the comments. Good to see the professor still piggling along.
It's his 12th anniversary, and he's still delivering the laughs and making you think.
About puzzles.
Yeah, but also man's predilection to talking peace while practicing war.
We did it for you, Kojima-san.
Coming up, Waluigi creator Fumihide Aoki has finally shared his rejected Wadu Peach designs, and they're surprisingly normal. Less evil Peach and more Hot Topic Peach. Needs more mustache, though.
If Wadu Peach was exactly that with a big mustache, it'd be so perfect.
Yeah, especially if it was like, or if she had like one on a stick so she could hold up and take down.
Oh, yes.
That kind of thing would be fun too. Or like one on the end of the racket so she could put the racket in front of her face. I'm assuming the whole point of Wadu Peach was that she was supposed to show up in a Mario Tennis game, maybe at the time.
Probably. She's holding a tennis racket there, but she's also in a different graphic that you couldn't, a different sketch you couldn't quite see there. She's also holding a giant axe, which I love.
I'm going to beat everyone in the comments to say that yes, we are aware that Wadu Peach is inspired by the villains from Time Bokan, also who inspired Team Rocket from Pokemon. I mean,
which Checkpoint reported on previously.
yes, and Paul has also pointed out, also pretty much like a lot of other Sentai villains and other anime villains and stuff like that. The idea of like the villains just being idiots and blowing themselves up all the time is a pretty common trope. So I don't know if it started there, but if it did, cool, because everyone ran with it.
Does the roller coaster have funky mode? That's my question.
I didn't get an answer. So it's funny, the picture that we threw up there. There is also a video of testing, but the video is so terrible as this like a spy video that it's basically just a shot of the Donkey Kong temple looking thing, and it's a video just waiting and waiting and waiting. There's some trees in the way, and then all of a sudden you just see a little cart go boop, just rise up over like a little ridge and then go down again. There's also been some discoveries that one of the spy video, like what you saw, it looked like there's like a roof over the cart. But there's also been people being like, actually, we've seen tests where there's no roofs over the cart. So it seems like nobody really has a good idea of what's about to happen with this.
I mean, they're actively developing it.
Yeah, yeah. But it seems really clever. Like, I act like a jackass. I would totally go to Super Nintendo World if I was planning a trip to Japan, because I would love to see all this stuff for real.
I mean, obviously, you don't not care about Donkey Kong.
Exactly, right? But I also, like, when I saw Super Nintendo World's like whole CG mock-up and like this is what it's going to be like and all this amazing stuff, and then you see what it looks like in reality, and it's like, oh, that clashes severely with what I thought I'd be able to do. And not like I'm like, this won't be fun, but the only bits they ever really put out there was like, you can go to the cafe and you can buy some stuff at the gift shop, and you can ride the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge thing, or you can get on the Yoshi thing, which is an Omnimover type thing. And it's like, you can do that. And I'm like, and what else? It's a theme park. Is it? No, that's it. You paid to get into Universal Studios theme park. This is an attraction within the theme park.
I feel like it would be cooler to be there than the videos of people there lead me to believe.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Probably. Like,
also, you've seen comparisons between the food at Mario World,
like the Japan one and
the one in the States.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, no, they did not put in the effort.
The GTA trailer. I don't know. Have you seen the GTA 6 trailer?
I largely did not care about a game that's not coming out for a few years.
That's fair. I don't.
But that could also be true of like Dragon Age, and that could be true of Project Baxter, and that could be true of a lot of things that got announced.
It's funny, right? It's like the hype around the trailer, right? It's like they've said that GTA 6 is happening.
Yeah.
And, now it's like, there'll be fan boats.
Okay.
It's like, yes, it looks sweet. It looks like GTA 6. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't have any good way or desire really to get into this, like in the story, but it's a GTA game. So obviously, conservative reactionaries are having a field day.
Yes.
To the extent that there is one that I saw, whose name I shall not give the oxygen of attention, who put up 2 videos on the same day. One criticizing GTA for having gone woke because one of the main characters is a woman. And that the left are apparently angry at GTA because there are women in bikinis. These are 2 videos on the. I mean, you gotta grift, right?
Yeah, you gotta grift.
See which one the algorithm picks up more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just play the game.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Play your video games.
I guess you got to be angry about something. You want to be angry about something that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. And possibly will never exist.
Yeah. So, woo.
Yeah.
You excited for the Game Awards, actually?
Yeah, they're very silly, but they're always fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll end up watching it or not. It'll be like every other.
We're not doing a live stream this year, so I don't know that I'll watch them live. I'll probably just watch all the trailers on my own time later.
That is kind of what it comes down to, isn't it? It's like
world premiere.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, something fun like it's that idea of like last year a kid ran up onto the stage and said something terrible, and now we can't stop watching the Game Awards, right? It's like the time when Kennedy got shot.
Jeff Keighley has said that they have beefed up security this year to prevent that from happening. But do you even know, Beej, Brendan Beej Deary, do you even know what games are nominated for Game of the Year?
Ooh, okay, this is a good one. Clear front runner to win, Alan Wake 2. Definitely going to get there.
That is nominated.
I know. Yeah. I knew that one because everyone's like, oh, it's got to be Alan Wake 2. And I'm like, I'm okay. Against Baldur's Gate 3, I don't think it stands a chance because I think that really caught everyone off guard and they're excited about it. There's Spider-Man 2.
Correct.
Then there's Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Wonder.
Correct.
And there's another one that I'm missing.
Yeah, and it's a surprise to me anyway.
Yeah.
Not because I think the game is bad, just it's weird to see.
We already have our indie title with Baldur's Gate 3, so yeah, what was it?
It's weird to me to see a remake
Of Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
being nominated for Game of the Year.
We talked a bit about this on Chill Point, and I still feel like it's like, I want Tears of the Kingdom to win. I feel like it's going to go to Baldur's Gate 3, which is fine because it's an award ceremony and it doesn't stop another game from being good. So, yeah. I got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. So, tell us who Jeff killed in the comments.
Yeah. Tell us who you like. It's like fuck, marry, kill, except it's like do who Jeff Keighley. I don't know. Sorry, Jeff. Let us know.
Obviously, he's going to marry Kojima so they can go off into the woods of Japan and have a lovely retirement. Or
Exactly.
Something.
Yeah. Oh, good. We've just screwed up our comments. Thank you, engagement.
Bye.
Bye.